It was the summer of 1969. The Vietnam War was fueling protests, and long-haired youngsters were taking to the streets. At Fort Gordon, security was busy dealing with these long-haired yellers, but it wasn't real. Welcome to Riotsville, an Army program designed to help military policemen, National Guardsmen, and others learn how to handle civil disturbances. Fort Gordon, then a site of military police training, prepared its trainees by handling fake protests. Look at the photos. The agitators are probably wearing wigs with their hippie jeans and sweatshirts. The placards being waved offer a generic "Down with the Mayor" message, and the sign of Buster's Pawn Shop is probably not a real business. The archives of the Augusta Chronicle include numerous stories about Riotsville and how it worked. They begin with a 1967 story under the headline, "Army Defeats Hippie Mobs." In it, the reporter tells of a mock riot staged for training purposes. The boisterous mob, brandishing signs declaring that the U.S. is going to pot, refuses to break up. But break up they eventually do when properly confronted with troops, bayonets, and increasing releases of tear gas. Also fake, we assume. This, a narrator tells observers nearby, pretty well does the job. A February 1968 article talks about Fort Gordon's efforts with its special riot school and how it was hoping to be able to quell some of the disturbances that were springing up across the country in major cities such as Detroit and Kansas City. Along with classroom work, military students dealt with the play-acting demonstrators. The purpose of the course was to demonstrate the proper methods of quelling civil disturbances. By early 1969, Riotsville demonstrations had become so common they served as backdrops for other events. That February, the leader of the local program, Major D.B. Jackson, was honored with a special day that featured a crowd watching a fake riot being crushed. When it was over, the Major received the first oak leaf cluster to the Army Commendation Medal for his direction of the program. After that, Riotsville began to fade. The final mention in the Chronicle archive is in May of 1970 when the newspaper reported that the live Riotsville demonstration of the Military Police School's Civil Disturbance Control Program was, quote, conspicuously missing from this year's course. Perhaps we should point out that was the same month that Augusta had its own riots, and at Kent State University in Ohio, 4 young people were killed. They weren't actors, they were real.